The sellers aren't being reasonable about the price. If you've ever said that before, welcome to the club. I have said it dozens of times too. But here's the thing, there's a reason they act that way, and it even has a name. It's called the endowment effect. Hi, my name is Joe Mangum, and I deliver clear and candid wisdom to agents and leaders who'd rather grow than guess. So, coined by psychologist Richard Thaler, the endowment effect describes how humans tend to overvalue what they own simply because it is theirs. In other words, we think our stuff feels more valuable than it really is. Now, when a seller clings to a price that ignores market data, it's rarely about greed. It's usually about loss. Selling a home means letting go, and loss stirs emotions, and these uncomfortable emotions show up as inflated prices. So, how do you, as a real estate agent, get past that? I found the best way to handle it is just to talk about it directly. This is a talk track that I would commonly use. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I have a dilemma. And it's not uncommon. And honestly, I have it with most sellers. This dilemma is a seller will consciously want to know the price that the market indicates, but as soon as they hear it, it doesn't sound too good to them. So they decide to ignore it. It's not bad behavior, it's human behavior. In fact, it has a name. It's called the endowment effect. Now, why would this matter? It matters because the endowment effect shows up in three big ways when a seller is making a pricing decision. The first way is nostalgia kicks in. They remember birthdays or first steps or family dinners, and suddenly the house feels priceless. The second way is they assume that others see it that way too. Just because they love the house, they expect every buyer to love it too. And then lastly, they focus on loss, not gain. And so instead of seeing the move forward, what they feel is this terrible sense of loss, and that's why they push the price higher. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I want you to be aware of it when we start talking about the price. Rarely is anybody immune. I did the exact same thing when I was selling my house. All right, agents, let's talk about the takeaway here. The first one is educate the sellers about these emotions before you get into pricing. Now, one of the things I want you to notice that I talked in the third person, many sellers feel instead of you may feel, because you may feel can increase defensiveness. And when you use it the third person, a seller may feel it keeps the conversation objective. Now, once they understand this psychology, they'll far more likely accept the data. Because pricing isn't just about math. Pricing is about mindset.